So let's get going with today's topic, which is to do with what we call themes. So themes in Gomo are style templates, which are going to control the look and feel of your course. So things like the colors used, the fonts, the styling, and so forth. And it's really powerful in Gomo because it means that you can separate out your actual learning content from the look of that content. So within a team that you can have learning designers who are purely focused on the actual learning content, and then all you need to do is apply the correct theme to make sure that that course is then fully on brand. So this can give you both brand consistency, and you won't find that somebody in the team has used the wrong fonts and the wrong colors, but it also really speeds up production as well, because once you've set up your theme, then as long as everyone in the team selects that same theme, then you're going to have a consistent on-brand library of courses, and it means that people don't have to spend time each time they're building a course trying to remember hex color reference values from the brand guidelines. So let's have a look at the way this works in Gomo. So Gomo comes with a theme library. This has a number of themes, each with its own quite distinctive look and feel. And you can either use those straight out of the box, but more typically, you're going to want to take one of those, make your own copy, and then use the theme editor to begin to match things like brand fonts and colors and so forth. So, to start off today, I thought we'd just dip into the look and feel of some of those standard themes about what's what's sort of built into the themes, what's unique to the theme, and what things can be changed in the theme editor. So what I've done here is that I've just built a simple sample course, and then I've taken that same course and I've applied some of the different standard themes which are built into the Gomo theme library. So I'm just going to go up to my tab here, and here we go. And as you can see, it's saying this is the duo theme. So we have a range of these themes, each with a different name, like material design, Pontium, Brissa, and so forth. So this is the duo theme. So this is what you get straight out of the box if you apply a duo theme to your course. So the first thing here is that you can see that we have this default background image. Now, you can set up a default background image, any image that you want for a theme. Some of these themes happen to come with a default one, so you could use that as is, or you could swap that out, or simply have no background image at all and maybe just a plain color and so forth. You might also be able to notice that this content column here, that it has a color. Again, that will be coming from the theme, but also it has this transparency. You might just be able to see that the background image is just showing through there. So again, in the theme editor, as we'll see, we're able to do things like adjust those content column colors and the transparency there. The other thing is that we have these toolbars. Now, the toolbars in Gomo contain elements which the learners are going to be able to access at any point in the course. So we can have them top and bottom here. And you can see here in the duo theme that they're represented by both icons, but also text there. And so we have that style which is coming from the theme. And then we can see that we've got this rollover color here. It's rolling over red. Again, that's coming from the theme, and we can use the theme editor to change that. I click on Start here. This takes me to the menu. So we have a number of menu buttons here, and this very much depends on the theme that you choose in terms of the styling. We can change the colors and so forth, but the actual style of these is really sort of hard baked into the theme. So in the case of the duo theme here, very quite distinctive here, have that line at the top, we have that rollover effect. And if I just go into one of these topics, again, here, what I've done is just to put in some content that shows the different styles, because in Gomo, those who are already Gomo users will know that when you're editing text, you don't select a font there. What you do is select a particular style, like heading 1, heading 2, body text, a bit like using a word processor like Google Docs or Word and so forth. And how that's going to appear will depend on how it's set up in the theme itself. So here are the default fonts here for the duo theme. from heading 1, heading 3, and so forth. Notice here we've also got these navigation buttons here. Again, the style of these is sort of baked into the theme. We can change the color, the rollover colors and so forth, but the style is baked in. So when you're thinking about what base theme you might want to start off with and make your own copy and edit, begin to think about things like the style of menu buttons, the style of the navigation buttons here. The other thing that, if I just go back there, that can change between the themes is the padding between the actual content blocks. Here we've got a 2, followed by 3, followed by 4-column layout, and this padding there can change between themes. Also, the look of the different elements, what we call assets in Gomo, the different interactions. This is an accordion in Duo. Has this quite nice little rotating chevron effect there. And the different styles of buttons in here that we can have, again, that's baked into the theme. And the way that different elements, like this is a film script, one of the many types we have to show a sequence of images with associated text. The look of this here in Duo, we have what looks like a third text, a 2/3 image, and we have the navigation buttons, top and bottom on the right-hand side. So that's sort of the look and feel of the Duo theme. Let's quickly jump into a few other of these themes, just so we can see how these look. So here we are. Here's the material design theme. Now, the important thing here, it might look very bright and garish to start, but bear in mind that you don't have to have this default background image, that you can swap that out or have no image at all. The important things are these other elements. So again, we have these icons in there. If we go into the menu, here you can see we have a very different style of menu buttons. We have a sort of essentially rectangular with a very slight rounding on the corners there. So if that's the kind of style that you want, then consider using material design. I just hop into here, we have the default fonts, and again the padding, and again actually very similar to the Duo, the accordion. And these are the stylings of the buttons, again quite rectangular buttons there. And again, fairly similar in the film strip. So let's have a look at some others here. This is the Vinti theme. Now, this has a very sort of distinctive look and feel, sort of very app-like feel here. So rather than having toolbars top and bottom, we actually have like these little almost floating toolbars here. Works particularly nicely on smartphone screen size. It automatically goes into a really neat sort of app-like view, making the most of your on-screen real estate. Again, the default image can be changed. Again, we've got the fonts, we've got the buttons in here. And again, very, very distinctive, again, the style of the menu buttons. Now, if we go in here, one thing to point out, notice that the navigation buttons here are at the bottom right, rather than being in the middle there. It's simply navigating in the bottom right there in a left to right language. Again, we can see the styles there. And again, very, very different accordion style, sort of very, very nice and clean here, this little plus minus animation there. And the way that the buttons look and so forth. And here's the accordion. Note here, the accordion has a 50-50 split, sorry, not the film strip rather than the accordion, the film strip here, 50-50 split with the navigation icons in the middle there. Right, okay, before we jump into Gomo itself, let's just have a look at a couple of other ones that are very popular. This is the Brissa theme, obviously the yellow toolbar at the top. You can change the color on that, but it has this sort of very square look to the buttons. Again, nice looking menu buttons there. And again, the navigation there is down at the bottom right there. Again, the expanding accordion. Finally, I just wanted to show you a brand new theme that was just released, I think, last week. This is called the Brissa theme. And I particularly like this one. I think it's a really nice starting point. It's very clean, almost sort of corporate feel to it. And I think it's going to be very popular with customers as something to take and then match to the brand colors and put in your own fonts. So again, we've got these toolbars, nice big icons in here for help and so forth, glossary. We go in here. Nice menu buttons there. Very quite subtle rollover color that you can see happening. And again, we've got this navigation at the bottom right. And again, very, very simplified accordion and so on. And here's the different button styles. So what I'd recommend if you're starting off with Gomo is just have a play with these built-in themes from the theme library. See which ones it gets the closest to the general style. And then what we're going to do is jump into Gomo itself. And we're going to have a look at how we work with the theme. So let's go into Gomo. For those of you who are completely new to Gomo, it is, of course, entirely cloud-based. I don't install any software. All I need is a browser and internet connection. As you can see on my Mac, using Chrome today. I'm going to log in here. I'm going to go into Gomo authoring. So this takes me to my team account. I hope I do. Occasionally, those of you who join me regularly know I occasionally have problems with Chrome and GoToWebinar. Seems to be letting me in today. So here we are in my team account. This is where we can manage our courses into folders and so forth. But the thing we're interested in today, first of all, is the theme library. So if I click on themes there, this shows me all the different themes. So here we can see all the built-in themes that we have that's a standard for any Gomo account. Also in my account, I've got some what we call custom themes where we specifically built themes to match a customer's particular brand. And we'll be touching on that right at the end. But the first thing I'm going to do is just upload my own font. So this is all part of creating the brand, really. And this is quite a new feature that those of you who've been Gomo users for a while, I know have been requesting and might not have noticed that we've actually released this now. So first thing I'm going to do, this allows me to upload fonts, say, from Google Fonts. So I'm going to go over to Google Fonts. And obviously, typically in a large organization, you would have your brand font, which you would get from your brand departments and so forth. But here I can just go in and let's just find, here we go, Tilt Neon. So that's a non-standard font. So I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to say, go and get the font and download it. And again, the great thing about Google Fonts is that they are sort of freely available to use. Obviously, do check any copyright on any fonts that you intend to use. So what I'm going to do here is just, now I've downloaded it, we'll just bring this on screen. Okay, so this is what you get from Google Fonts. There's my TTF file that I'm going to use. So here we go. We just go back into Gomo. And all I do with the font is that I just upload it in the same way as I'd upload an image or audio and video in Gomo. So I go to my shared content folder. Here I've created one called Fonts. I mean, you can put it anywhere. Obviously, it just makes sense to create one called Fonts. So what I'm going to do here is just say Actions, Upload Files, and I'm going to drag that TTF format in there, Start Upload. So in putting that in there, that's now available for any theme. It will just appear, as we'll see, in the Gomo theme editor. So let's now go back to our theme library. Now, we can't edit these themes directly. They're sort of built-in themes. But what we can do is make our own copy. So what I can do is right mouse click. I'm going to say, well, I quite like that for New Ponte theme. It's just that the colors and fonts are wrong. I'm going to duplicate it. So I'll just call this webinar copy. And apologies, I think I can see that